Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Alex Len was hired in desperation to try to fill a need for the Lakers after the departure of Anthony Davis. Alex Len has not been able to be productive and is even being left out of the rotation. Lakers will release center Alex Len. After defeating the Dallas Mavericks on Tuesday night in Luka Doncic's revenge game against his former team, the Los Angeles Lakers improved to 35-21 for the season. With 3 straight wins, the Lakers have moved up to 4th place in the Western Conference. One of the most surprising and important developments for the Lakers in this final stretch has been their excellent defense. Since the start of February, the Lakers have been the second-best defense in the league, per Cleaning the Glass. Tuesday marked the 5th game in their last 7 that the Lakers kept their opponent to 100 offensive rating or less. The Lakers have mostly done this while playing small ball lineups almost exclusively. In their wins against the Nuggets and the Mavericks, head coach J.J. Redick only played Jackson Hayes as a center in the rotation in non-garbage time minutes. This means that Alex Len is officially out of the rotation. Ever since he was signed by the Lakers after the trade deadline, Len has been sporadically used by Redick. In his first game, he played 22 minutes against the Jazz, and the Lakers lost those minutes by 9. Since then, he has continued to lose his playing time and didn't see the court against the Mavericks. Considering how well the Lakers have been playing, especially defensively, we can expect Redick to continue deploying center-less lineups. Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, and Dorian Finney-Smith have been doing an excellent job in the frontcourt, flying around on the defensive side of the ball. Len can still be useful against certain opponents with more size and traditional big men. At the same time, not playing against Nikola Jokic on Saturday night and being firmly behind Jackson Hayes in the rotation does not bode well for the veteran center going forward. One has to wonder whether the Lakers made a mistake by signing Len as a backup big option. The Lakers' interest in Jalen Duren hints at their long-term plan at center. The Lakers appear to have a type when it comes to finding Anthony Davis's successor. As it turns out, Mark Williams wasn't the only center the Lakers tried to acquire before the February 6 NBA trade deadline. During a recent episode of his Buha's Block podcast, Jovan Buha of The Athletic revealed that the Lakers inquired about Detroit Pistons center Jalen Duren as well, 58:30 mark. He said the Pistons didn't want to give up Duren at the trade deadline, but he added, "You never know. Things could change in the summer." Between Williams and Duren, it seems like the Lakers have a particular type of big man they're targeting to pair with Luka Doncic long-term. Both were mid-first-round picks in the 2022 NBA draft, which means they'll each be on a cheap rookie-scale contract for one more season before receiving a raise in 2026. The Lakers' interest in that archetype might hint at their long-term plans, particularly with regard to LeBron James' future. If LeBron retires after the 2025-26 season, the Lakers could have upward of $70 million in cap space heading into the 2026 offseason. They'd have more than enough room to sign a free agent to a max contract before re-signing Austin Reeves. Their goal between now and 2026 may be to preserve as much of that financial flexibility as possible. That might be among the reasons why the Lakers went after Williams and Duren at the trade deadline. Neither would prevent them from going after another star in free agency in 2026 as long as they didn't sign extensions this coming offseason. Since both Duren and Williams earn less than the league's average salary and are coming off rookie-scale contracts, their free agent cap holds in 2026 will be 300% of their 2025-26 salary. Duren will make nearly $6.5 million next year, so his cap hold will be nearly $19.5 million, while Williams will earn just shy of $6.3 million, making his cap hold around $18.8 million. had the Lakers signed either Duren or Williams to an extension this summer, the starting salary of his new deal would immediately go onto their books in 2026. But if they waited, knowing that they had the right to match any offer sheet that either one signed with another team as a restricted free agent, they'd potentially be able to sign a free agent to a max contract before re-signing both Reeves and their big man of choice. Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler holds a similar appeal for that reason. He was the number 22 overall pick in the 2022 draft and will earn only $4.9 million next year, so his free agent cap hold, $14.6 million, would be even smaller than that of Duren or Williams. Unfortunately, Danny Ainge is the Jazz's CEO, so he'd likely demand LeBron in return for Kessler. Related. Danny Ainge had no idea he was helping the Lakers trade for Luka Doncic. The Houston Rockets might be open to moving Jabari Smith Jr., the number 3 pick from the 2022 draft, but the cap hold trick wouldn't work for him. He's set to earn $12.35 million next season, so his cap hold in 2026 would be roughly $37 million. Fellow Rockets big man Tari Eason is only earning $5.7 million next season, although it's tough to imagine Houston moving on from him, considering how well he's played this year. The Lakers don't have to limit their search to 2022 first-round picks, though. They could target a veteran big man such as Brook Lopez or Clint Capella in free agency, although they'll likely only have the $5.7 million taxpayer mid-level exception to offer this summer. Otherwise, they figure to pursue relatively inexpensive options on the trade market to preserve as much cap space for the 2026 offseason as possible. If they're willing to gamble on an injury risk, Portland Trail Blazers big man Robert Williams III or New York Knicks center Mitchell Robinson could be viable options. Both are heading into the final year of their contracts in 2025 to 26 and will earn around $13 million each. Depending on where the league's average salary lands, their cap holds could also be right around $20 million in 2026. Orlando Magic center Wendell Carter Jr. could also merit consideration. He's earning only $10.85 million next year before his 3-year, $58.7 million extension begins in 2026 to 27. He'll earn only $18.1 million in the first year of that extension, so he wouldn't prevent the Lakers from having enough cap space to sign a max player in free agency. Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton would be slightly more complicated in that regard. He's finishing up the first year of his 4-year, $97 million contract, although it descends in value each year. He'll earn $25.3 million next season, which could make it difficult for the Lakers to acquire him from a salary-matching perspective. The Chicago Bulls shopped Nikola Vucevic ahead of this year's trade deadline, but the 34-year-old wouldn't be a long-term fit with Doncic. The Lakers figure to skew younger if they're giving up assets to acquire a center. Toronto Raptors big man Jakob Poeltl might be more intriguing in that regard, although he turns 30 in October, and Raptors president Masai Ujiri does not seem to have the appetite for a full-scale rebuild. Regardless of whomever the Lakers go after this summer to address their hole in the frontcourt. Anthony Davis shuts down Jeanie Buss's claims over shocking Luka Doncic trade. When the Los Angeles Lakers pulled off a blockbuster trade that sent Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic, it was something no one had expected. For years, Davis was considered the cornerstone of the team and a part of their future. However, as he continues to settle down in Dallas, AD isn't a fan of Lakers owner Jeanie Buss and others telling him one thing. Lakers Governor Jeanie Buss recently addressed the trade, making it clear that Los Angeles had no intention of moving Anthony Davis. Instead, she claimed that the opportunity to acquire Luka Doncic was simply too good to pass up. AD, however, isn't entirely convinced by that narrative. After his first game back at the Crypto.com arena, Davis addressed the media about his emotions that night. "Everybody's saying nobody knew and all this other s. I just don't believe it. But, hey man, I'm past that. I'm ready to move forward with Dallas, try to get a championship there with these guys. All the emotions that lasted that night when it was just a shock. Davis's comments came just a day after Buss's public remarks during her appearance on The Rich Eisen Show. The daughter of Dr. Jerry Buss maintained that the Lakers were not looking to trade AD, given his importance for the future of the team post the LeBron James era. However, the opportunity to pair up a 25-year-old rising star like Luka Doncic with James to lead the team into its future was too enticing. While Jeanie Buss insists the team wasn't actively shopping him, Davis seems skeptical. His frustration is also understandable given that LeBron James, his longtime teammate and close friend, has echoed similar sentiments, claiming he was caught off guard by the trade. Though Davis didn't call out James directly, his comments suggest he's tired of hearing the same explanations from his former organization. Jeanie Buss revealed Luka Doncic's heartfelt Kobe Bryant admission. In the build-up to the Lakers-Mavericks showdown, Jeanie Buss shared Luka Doncic's initial reaction to joining the Lakers. She also highlighted his special admiration for Kobe Bryant, which motivates him in purple and gold. Speaking on The Rich Eisen Show, Buss recalled her first-ever conversation with the Slovenian superstar after the trade. "When I met him, the first thing I said to him was, 'You're gonna write your own chapter in the Lakers history book. We're excited to have you.' And he said he really wished that Kobe was there." Jeanie Buss said on The Rich Eisen Show. Bryant's influence on Doncic extended beyond that single encounter. During an appearance on The Old Man and the Three podcast with J.J. Redick, Doncic had once recalled a moment at the Nike headquarters when Bryant offered him career advice. It's no surprise, then, that he still holds a deep admiration for Bryant and his legendary work ethic. For Buss, seeing Luka Doncic in a Lakers uniform is about more than just winning games, it's about carrying on the legacy that Bryant left behind. She hopes that wearing the purple and gold will inspire him to strive for greatness in the same way Kobe Bryant did. As such, the ultimate goal of bringing more championships to Los Angeles continues, with Doncic leading the team.